Supernatural abilities, yogi practice, and mind training slash meditation, yoga practice, become established. The oldest known form of spiritual and physical discipline is final. These ancient, oldest known form of spiritual and physical discipline finally is compiled and recorded by Patanjali, who is known as the, virtual father of yoga. Patanjali gives yoga a foundation, establishes what yoga is and what yoga does, its physical and spiritual objectives. Patanjali's life is something of a mystery, and his date of birth is speculated by historians with suggested dates somewhere between 400 BC and 200 AD. So there's a 600-year window here concerning Patanjali's life. This yogic sage may indeed be a name de plume, a pseudonym for a variety of authors who composed the Yoga Sutras, or threads of wisdom. He may also be a mythical creation that is linked to the beings known as the ancient 18 siddhas. The ancient 18 siddhas are nearly perfect human beings that have supernatural powers and can heal in any illness or disease. He is also linked to Anantha, Vishnu's 1,000-headed Lord of the Serpents, who guards the secret treasures of knowledge. The sutras, the yoga texts, become the definitive text concerning yoga, in which the various ethical and aesthetic practices of ancient India become synthesized. Ideas or concepts found in the text include the, restraint of mental fluctuations, quieting or calming the mind, which is central to achieving yoga or meditation. How the body and breath can be used to stabilize the mind, and how the mind can enter into different states of absorption or different levels of consciousness. Patanjali draws inspiration from various religions, and the text is divided into 4 sections: concentration, practice, empowerment, and isolation. And it's possible that Patanjali may have blended these sections together from several different, far more ancient texts. His repetition of several key themes blends each of these 4 sections together into a unified entity. For example, gaining control of the mind, entering the yogic state, or reaching the state of pure seeing. This draws from the Vedic text, the twofold psycho-spiritual reality. The practice of yoga can give you heightened supernatural powers, according to the sutras. The ability to see the future, for example, the nature and origin of all things, and how to achieve union with the divine. Multi-levels that become increasingly esoteric and can produce supernatural abilities and benefits. Patanjali also writes of increased physical strength and the understanding of inner energy centers or channels of the body known as chakras. Chakras, which actually means wheel in Sanskrit, they're essentially energy vortexes found within the human body that are shaped like wheels and whirl or spin at various speeds. The universal life force, the tapas, is received and distributed throughout a person's body via these chakras. Now, there are 7 major chakras, each with its own color, its own speed of rotation, its own psychic function, and its own physical, nerve system. The chakras are connected by thousands of energy channels known as nadis. The nadis are a type of complex and intricate web of energy. Patanjali also writes about the wheel of yoga, 8 limbs, or astangas, that make up yogic practice. Practitioners who can follow or master these 8 limbs of yoga will also develop spiritually and achieve ultimate bliss, enlightenment. Now, let me get a little bit into the 8 limbs, or, the spoked wheel of yoga. First, we have yama, which is basically moral conduct with groups of people. Then we have niyama, which is moral, individual contact. Then we have asana, which is the physical postures. Then we have pranayama, which is breath control. Then we have pratyahara, which is sense control. Then we have dharana, which is concentration. Then we have dhyana, which is meditation. And then the 8th and final limb is samadhi, which is self-realization. Excuse me with some of these pronunciations. I am from Brooklyn. All right, now, there are also 9 obstacles listed in the 196 sutras. Obstacles are sickness, laziness, self-doubt, inattention, lack of mental effort, overindulgence, false knowledge, lack of concentration, and lack of perseverance. Now, chants are strung like beads throughout the sutras. Chants of vibration and sound. Now, with the use of sacred sets of words or phrases known as mantras that are repeated over and over again, the mantras are essentially the key to inducing a trance-like state of being, a shift in the pattern of consciousness in which the level of, brainwave activity changes dramatically. Now, the sutras provide a type of roadmap, provides, do's and don'ts for enlightened existence, and basically outlined physical techniques of breath control and spiritual techniques like meditation that can help achieve a person's highest physical potential and give one a sense of spiritual perfection and inner freedom. Yoga as a source of self-realization, not as a religion in which an individual can achieve his or her highest state of awareness. Now, with the arrival of the sutra texts, different schools of yoga develop. There's at least 10 different types, all valid paths to the goal of self-realization. We have the bhakti, which is the path of love, devotion, faith.